top stories. Fishing sector in Deep Bay receives boost with the construction of a new pier. Leadership matters to focus on the Federation's path to a post-COVID-19 recovery. And member of BPW St. Kitts wins Excellent Young Leaders Award. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you.
We're still here.
We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair, and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab's Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Trustworthy, secure, reliable, and responsive. These are just some of the words customers use to describe their experience with the Bank of Nevis Limited. And after 35 years of delivering excellent customer service and honoring our corporate social responsibilities in the island of Nevis, we are finally coming to St. Kitts. Come and experience why we're not just another option. We are the standard. Bond strong.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. The fishing sector in Deep Bay received a boost over the weekend with the launch of a new pier and the first annual fishing tournament on Saturday. Shanique Harvey has the details.
The Deep Bay Pier and Fishing Tournament was conceptualized and developed by the Capisteer Project Development Committee through public and private sector partnerships. The committee is comprised of Chairman Gaston Dixon, Assistant Chairman and Treasurer Kevin Bennett, Secretary Patricia Clark, Founder and Member Ambassador Kevin Ninky Williams, and Committee Member Kevin Jeffers. Jeffers said the committee was instrumental in seeking funding for the construction of the pier for the Deep Bay fishermen.
We went out, seek sponsorship, seek donation, and seek individual help to make the fishers in this area feel proud Over the years, all these years, they've been pulling their boat right here. And today, they can dock, get off their loads without getting wet anymore.
As it relates to the fishing tournament, Ambassador Williams said it was organized to raise the morale of the fishermen and to have an event that persons in that area and surrounding communities can enjoy.
Fishing tournament will came about as the Capital Development Team had decided to boost the morale of the fishermen and to have an activity here that the whole region could enjoy. It was decided that this would be one of the activities that the Capacity Development Group would do for the constituency of number 6.
After the tournament, presentations of trophies and other prizes were given to the fishermen for the categories biggest dolphin fish, which was 23 pounds, biggest wahoo at 36 pounds, biggest poundage at 193 pounds, biggest tuna at 81 pounds, biggest fish, and best dressed crew. Awards were also presented to fishermen who have served the Dieppe Bay area over the years. Reporting for ZIZ News, I am Shanique Harvey.
The next edition of Leadership Matters will focus on the Federation's safe and successful path to a post-COVID-19 recovery. On the Tuesday, April 6th edition of the virtual Leadership Matters, Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris will be joined by CEO of the Tourism Authority, Raquel Brown, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Hazel Laws, and Medical Chief of Staff at the Joseph and Franz General Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson. The call-in numbers for Leadership Matters are 466-2666, 662-8674, 767-4765, and 1239-645-4500. Questions can also be sent via WhatsApp to 661-5683. And in other national news, Business and Professional Women St. Kitts has announced that one of its members, Mrs. Angelina Gracie Suku-Bob, has won the BPW Power to Make a Difference Award in the category of Excellent Young Leaders. The BPW Power to Make a Difference Awards recognizes and honors the contribution of BPW members and BPW affiliates through their leadership, advocacy, and action. According to the association, Mrs. Suku Bob is an attorney at law who advocates for the end to period poverty and is lead on a campaign to introduce free distribution of feminine hygiene products in high schools so that girls will no longer have to stay away from school because of their inability to purchase these products. Mrs. Suku Bob also served as the young BPW representative for the North America and the Caribbean region for the period 2015 to 2020 and is currently a member of the BPW International Legal Task Force Committee and the BPW International Constitutional Advisory Committee. BPW St. Kitts has congratulated Mrs. Suku Bob on this significant achievement and encourages her to continue to utilize her talents and skill sets to continue to be a role model and advocate on women's issues. The BPW International Awards Ceremony and Global Candle Lighting Ceremony, which takes place every triennium, was held virtually this year on March 29th, 2021. After the break, Man of Kittitian Heritage appointed by the Queen. Stay with us.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your National Bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Here are your Hornsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag Specials for March 29th through April 11th. Oranges, $1.25 each. Essential Everyday Bar Cheeses, $7.99. Tropicana Twister or regular, $7.99. Essential Everyday or IGA Saltine Crackers, $6.99. VO5 shampoos or conditioners, $4.79. And now introducing our very low weekly value deal. Chicken drumsticks all size, $4.99 per tray. Essential everyday dry roasted peanuts, $9.99. Icy box drinks, $8.99. IGA Rail mayonnaise, $10.99. Pillsbury brownie mix, $4.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras a Value Mart.
Get ready for an exciting year with Flow Broadband and TV connecting you at home. Sign up now and get a free Samsung tablet worth over $900. Up to 100 megabits per second blazing internet will keep everyone on top of everything every day. While Flow TV delivers the best home entertainment with the latest shows on demand in HD plus favorites you can record. Visit your nearest Flow store today to sign up for Flow Broadband and TV and get your free Samsung tablet. Conditions apply.
Welcome back. Lionel Wallace, who is of St. Kitts and Nevis heritage, has been appointed High Sheriff of Hertfordshire in England. The High Sheriff is appointed by Her Majesty the Queen to represent her in the county of Hertfordshire in matters relating to law and order. Wallace said he was pleased to be appointed by the Queen for this position.
I was delighted to accept the position as High Sheriff as appointed by Her Majesty the Queen for Hertfordshire, and my theme for the following year will be Youth in Hearts, a really nice theme that plays on the word as well of hearts, and it really is in my heart to say that young people are a tremendous resource that we're underutilising. So in the following year I'm going to be focusing on young people and opportunities for them.
As High Sheriff of Hertfordshire, Wallace has chosen youth work and will launch activities that will increase opportunities for young people to excel.
First pillar is going to be working with the Archbishop of York's Youth Trust. I'm very excited about that, the way they work with schools, and we're bringing that to Hertfordshire as a programme that will really propel and invest in our young people and allow them to become leaders of today through a programme called the Young Leaders Award, so watch out for that. Second pillar is working through with young people to provide opportunities and looking at the way that we can really facilitate the maximum benefit of using our young people to get into interesting areas of employment and mentoring them, etc. And so we're going to be encouraging younger people between the ages of 18 and 30 to become aware of the need of the magistrate system, to have them involved in it.
The High Commission of St. Kitts and Nevis has extended congratulations to Lionel Wallace, who had his declaration service to become High Sheriff of Hertfordshire on Monday. Minister Councillor Wilkin Ambrister read a poem from the collection, and on behalf of His Excellency Dr. Kevin M. Isaac, the High Commissioner at the St. Kitts and Nevis High Commission in London. And finally, on the local scene, the water that comes through the pipes in all the homes in St. Kitts is safe for consumption. This according to Acting Manager of the Water Services Department, Cromwell Williams, who told ZIZ News that while it may be necessary to boil the water for a baby's sensitive stomach, adults are allowed to consume tap water freely.
We grow up and we see that our parents used to boil the water, for instance, for the babies. Most of us as adults, though, our stomach can take, if there's a little bit of anything in the water, it doesn't affect us, it doesn't make us sick. So our water is safe for drinking.
Williams said the difference in the taste of water comes as a result of the source of that water.
There are different areas the water comes from, different sources. Some persons might find the water from the well to be a little heavier. That's because it has dissolved a little bit more of the elements, the natural elements, the calcium, the sodium, and so on in the ground. So you'd find the well water might taste a little heavier than the spring water. So if you're living in an area where you're fed mostly from the spring water, it tastes more lighter and more palatable. It tastes better, and so You know, some persons might not like the taste of the water from the well, but it is safe to drink.
Acting Manager of the Water Services Department, Cromwell Williams. Coming up in regional news, millions go hungry in Brazil as pandemic exacerbates poverty. The details when we come back.
Everything's gotta go. Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale is happening now. All 2018, 2019, and 2020 models gotta go. Yes! Come to Horsford's Automotive and get $10,000 off select 2020 models. That's right. Horsford's Automotive is making room for 2021 by offering $10,000 off select 2020 models. And that's not all. Come now and get 0% down payment. No payment until May 2021. $500 in free groceries, free servicing for 1 year, free bill of sale, free tinting, free registration, free accessories, and free licensing. Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale. The biggest clearance sale event of the year. Select 2020 vehicles, price to go. Everything gotta go. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
It takes a village
to raise our children
into productive citizens
and progressive communities.
It takes a village
to provide support to our young people
who are going down the wrong path
and need family and community support.
It takes a village
to help our children who have made a mistake,
to take responsibility
and learn from their mistakes.
It takes a village
to actively help in the rehabilitation of our youth,
to assist them in being productive,
to reintegrate back into our communities.
It takes a village
to care about each other,
to lift up our children
and make them into better adults.
It takes a village to give our youths
a chance for change.
Join the movement
and give our children a chance for change.
This message is brought to you by the USAID OECS Juvenile Justice Reform Project 2, funded by the United States Agency for International Development. For more information, log on to oecs.org/JJRP.
Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is rolling out Dcash, the next step in the evolution of the EC dollar. Use Dcash to send and receive money to and from friends and family. Make payments directly from your smart device. Make payments from wherever you are. Download the app from the Google Play or Apple Store and sign up, or visit dcashec.com for more information. The future of the EC dollar is digital. Let's make history together.
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. The pandemic has left many of Brazil's poorest citizens relying on food handouts to survive. A survey found more than 80% of people living in slums depend on donations to feed their families. In January, the government suspended emergency aid just as rising numbers of coronavirus infections forced new lockdowns. Al Jazeera's Monica Yanikev joined workers from one campaign in Rio de Janeiro that is trying to stem a rise tide of hunger.
The lines are growing in the center of Rio de Janeiro, and not just in front of the soup kitchens. Many come here for a bath and a haircut.
The number of people living in the streets has doubled since the beginning of the pandemic. Many here have lost their jobs and homes.
10 million Brazilians were already going hungry when the pandemic began. Now the situation is much worse. In January, the government suspended the emergency aid benefiting half of Brazil's population, just as infections began to spiral out of control, forcing new lockdowns.
The crisis affected private businesses, which were contributing to charity last year and can no longer afford to do so. With no help from the public sector and no jobs, people in the slums and poor neighborhoods are literally starving to death.
Reginaldo Lima is part of the G10, a group of Brazil's 10 biggest slums. They have started the campaign Empty Pots in Brazil. Together, they were able to obtain the first donation this year. 1,000 basic food baskets to share among way too many. 180,000 people live in the Rocinha slum alone.
Last year we received 10,000 basic food baskets to distribute, but this year it was only 100. Donations dropped by 95%, and the number of people dying from COVID-19 is growing. I just lost 10 friends in 1 week.
William has been walking the streets of Rocinha to pick those who have nothing in their pots. Like Marli, who lives with her 86-year-old mother and stopped working after she got sick. 7 out of 10 people living in Brazilian slums have no money to buy food. They're receiving donations, but much less than last year. A bag like this one, for example, has rice and beans and oil. It costs the equivalent of $10, but it only lasts 1 week in a family of 4. COVID-19 has affected donations in another way. Duane Vasconcelos tells us the number of people working in soup kitchens has decreased. Some volunteers were infected with the coronavirus, while others are too afraid to go out on the streets. Monica Yanakiev, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
In Jamaica, several young people stood clad in black with placards emanating emotions of outrage against the recent crimes of violence against women. More in the CVM News report.
They're asking Jamaicans to please teach your sons not to rape, and no means no.
These are a few of the mantras the protesters of Stand With Jamaica shouted in the middle of Halfway Tree St. Andrew, a rigid stance in protesting violence against women. Organizer of the group, Nia Porter, could not hold back the tears of frustration.
Nothing warrants death, nothing warrants sexual abuse, nothing warrants physical abuse. On the road at night, I don't have anything to defend myself. If I have pepper spray, that's illegal? Really? Come on, I need to be able to defend myself. Please, please change the laws. Please. There's not enough. You guys are not doing enough as a government and your wholeness.
Males who were also part of the group voiced the importance of self-control among men, and they too stood in support of the movement.
I think that there is an ongoing problem in our society where young men and older men don't understand the meaning of no, don't understand that women don't belong to them. I just think the silence is deafening, especially from our female politicians, seeing that this is the highest cabinet number of female politicians. And I'm yet to see any of them come out and say anything about it.
Protesters in tandem called on the government to address the crime within the country, in particular, crimes against women.
Canis, she went out with a familiar face. She knew that man. So you're telling us not to take rights from strange men, but who can we take rights from? Because it's the people we know. It's the people we know that are killing us.
The protest, however, ended abruptly when Deputy Superintendent Yvette Burches arrived on the scene and told the protesters that the organizer will be prosecuted if they are not socially distanced.
6 over there, 6 down there. This is not what I'm seeing. So get you out the
Paige Dixon, CVM Live.
Coming up, Taiwan seeks arrest warrant for suspect in deadly train crash. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
I took the vaccine because I want the in-person audience experience at Sugar Mass 50.
I took the vaccine because I want to be performing with all my peoples on Ultra Truck this year for Carnival.
I get vaccinated because I want to be on the road for Sugar Mass 50.
The reason I chose to be vaccinated because of my profession as an entertainer, was to have a safer boy to Carnival.
I am DJ Flame, and I got vaccinated because I want Sugar Mass 50 to be greater than ever.
I took the vaccine because I miss entertaining thousands of people and I miss hosting my own events. See you at Sugar Mass 50. Boom.
Get vaccinated quickly to turn up Sugar Mass 50.
Officials in Taiwan say the death toll from Friday's train crash could rise as they search through the wreckage. Families of some of the 51 people known to have died so far held a vigil at the site. Prosecutors are now seeking an arrest warrant for a construction site manager whose truck rolled onto the tracks. Al Jazeera's Florence Louis reports.
Chung Hui Mei survived the carnage, but lost her husband, her son, and her daughter. They were on their way to Hualien for the annual Tomb Sweeping Day, a traditional Chinese festival. She remembers hearing a loud bang just before the train entered the tunnel.
It was like a living hell. Our carriage was mangled. Things had fallen off and piled on top of passengers. Shelves fell on top of me. It was dark.
The train had crashed into a construction truck that had slid down a hill and onto the track just minutes earlier.
I got hold of a mobile phone and turned on the torch to try to find my husband and children. I saw them, but there was nothing I could do to get them out. So many objects piled on top of them. I tried to remove some of the things, such as iron bars, but there was just too much stuff. And when I did, a voice kept asking me not to move anything because it hurt him. So I just sat still.
Chung was rescued an hour later. President Tsai Ing-wen visited a hospital where dozens of the injured are being treated and promised a thorough investigation into the accident, as well as government support to affected families.
This distressing accident caused heavy casualties. I came to Hualien today to visit our wounded and express my sympathy to the families of the victims.
Officials have said the driver may have failed to properly apply the brakes of the construction truck. Prosecutors have sought an arrest warrant for the manager of the company that carries out trackside maintenance. A court has released the man on a bond. Workers are still trying to remove the more heavily damaged sections of the train that remain inside the tunnel. As Taiwan marks a second day of mourning, families of the crash victims gathered at the site of the disaster on Saturday to say prayers, conduct religious rites, and grieve for those they've lost. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera.
A leak at a wastewater pond is causing concern that a wall of water could overwhelm hundreds of homes in the U.S. state of Florida. Officials in Manatee County declared a state of emergency on Sunday and ordered that the area around the Piney Point Reservoir site be evacuated. The large pond contains phosphorus and nitrogen from an old phosphate plant, and the leak in the dam was discovered about a week ago. Al Jazeera's Patty Culhane reports.
It's the one question thousands of people in the U.S. state of Florida are asking. Will this spill turn into a giant flood?
We're talking about the potential of about 600 million gallons within a matter of seconds and minutes leaving that retention pool and going around the surrounding area.
The danger, one pond collapses and the other two near it also breach. The potential of 3.7 billion liters of water running into hundreds of homes nearby. The concern is that could lead to a nearly 7-meter tall wall of water barreling down. Still, not everyone nearby has chosen to leave.
Even with the hurricanes and everything, and we didn't evacuate.
But one concern has been alleviated. Initial reports said the water was radioactive. Officials now say it's not.
But to be clear, the water being discharged to Port Manatee is not radioactive. It is primarily salt water from the Port Manatee dredge project mixed with legacy process water and stormwater runoff.
But some of the water is a byproduct of processing phosphate ore into fertilizer, and it contains nitrogen and ammonia, and that could be a problem if too much is pumped into nearby water.
Since I retired from the fire department, I now am a full-time commercial fisherman and crabber. And if all of this water is pumped in or leaked into the bay, it could be catastrophic to the entire fishery and could in essence put us out of business.
State officials insist the water it's releasing is safe, but that the bigger concern is a potential flash flood. They are hoping that by pumping out more than 1 billion liters a day, they are slowly averting a much bigger crisis. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera.
Up next in sports, we have reports on the Women's FA Cup quarterfinal. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, the All-Univision team in the SKNFA Premier League got its first win of the season with a 2-1 victory over Trafalgar South Stars. Andre Huey, media consultant to the SKNFA, has more in this report.
Hot Springs Bath United got their first win of the season after coming from behind to edge Trafalgar South Stars 2-1 in the SKNFA Premier League at the Warner Park on Wednesday. Rendell Theodule got the goal scoring off for South Stars in the 22nd minute, only for Justin Claxton to score the very first goal of the season for Bath in the 53rd minute to equalise. Then in the 74th minute, Gavani Phillip sealed the deal, picking up a through pass and notching the ball beyond the South Stars goalkeeper. The match was broadcast live on the SKNFA website, commentated by Al Edwards and Essington Watts.
I'm really interested. Here they come. Have a chance at goal! South Stars in the back of the net. He controlled it. I hit it first time.
Well, he allowed the time and space to control the ball. Good first touch, then second touch. Good shot indeed as we look at the replay.
Set piece from Morton.
Set piece. Yes, his first touch was good.
Here they come. Eto sliding down the left flank. Bath United in the box. Bath United shoot. Bath United scores! Bath United scores! Their first goal for the season. The equalizer.
If you have the advantage, yes. I'm sure they were going to get off the mark, and they do get off the mark. The ball was played towards the byline and then hooked back inside.
That's it, finding Myers. Myers trying to go to the right side. Phillips is getting it first. Phillips stands it at the goal. Phillips into the net. Bath United 2, South Stars 1. Bath in the lead.
Yes, that was a very good goal. The ball was played wide over on the right, and the player did good work, picked his spot, and placed that one right in the corner, drilled that one into the corner to give Bath United the lead. So Bath United 2-1 here. Very good lead indeed. And they're on the way for their first win of the season.
In the night's other match, SL Horses St. Paul's edge Escrave Newtown United 1-0. Manny Clark scored in the 24th minute. That victory sent St. Paul's to the top of the table.
The fortunes were different for Bath United's women team. However, as they dropped 14-0 by the SKNFA Under-17 team in the Women's League FA Cup quarterfinals on Thursday. Again, we join Andre Huey for the details.
The first of the LV Star Brown Women's League FA Cup quarterfinals was held on Thursday at the Warner Park with a resounding 14-0 victory for the SKNFA Under-17 over Hot Springs Bath United. The match was broadcast live on the SKNFA website. Commentators Al Edwards and Valentine Anthony.
And leads on Nisbet. Nisbet goes into the box. Nisbet shoots. Nisbet scores. Number 4. Easy goal. Nisbet, our second for the night.
Yeah. Good through ball into Nisbet. As she just takes her time and started it past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper couldn't do nothing about it. So it's 4 goals here to 0. Under-17 select running away with this one in the first half. With some 30 minutes gone. Boys completed her first half hat-trick. So National Under-17 5. Hot Spring Bath 0. Just couple, I think it's just a couple more seconds to go in this first half.
Samuel goes to the ground. The whistle goes for, it must be a penalty. Penalty. Claxton again. Outside by Claxton. Claxton shoots. Claxton scores. Number 6. And she celebrates. And Claxton in again. Claxton can double lead. Claxton gets there. Claxton scores again. Occasion. But the ball doesn't go. They're still not yet out of the woods. Another ball coming in. Great goal from that angle. Sent downfield. Joseph gets it. Joseph tries to get away. Up-ended. Down to Claxton. Claxton tries to beat 1, beat 2. Weaving away between a number of players. Shoots at goal. Shoots at goal. And it's another one. Red shirts and orange shirts. Straight over. And our own goal this time it looks like.
Just 10-0 here.
Here's Bowles. Hitting it into Claxton. Claxton shoots hard shot. In the back of the net. Number 11. On the flank. She's in the box. She gives a cross.
Whoa.
And another goal to Claxton. Clark. For the second time for the night. They try to clear their lines. Will this be number 14? Boyles is getting in. Boyles is getting in. Number 4 for Boyles. Number 14.
Yeah, so Boyles goal again. I think that's her 4th goal.
Striker's goal. Got past the player. Before Clark could get there. She knocked it in the goal. Yes, that's her 4th goal.
Yeah, I think that's Boyle's 4th goal.
Maybe her 5th, sorry.
That's her 5th goal.
Yes, she scored in the 12, 28, 45, 63, and just now.
The other FA Cup quarter-final between Connery Lady Spartans and Flow 40K Rockets did not take place, as Connery forfeited their match, giving Keon a bye. The Women's FA Cup quarter-finals continue next week, Thursday, with Escrave Newtown United playing KFC United Old Road Jets, and Hobson Enterprises Garden Hut Spurs taking on Rams Village Superstars.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
To avoid getting the coronavirus, remember to wash your hands thoroughly and frequently before and after preparing food, after using the toilet or changing a diaper for a baby, sick person, or the elderly, after blowing your nose, and after leaving large gatherings or moving away from persons who appear ill. Encourage others to wash their hands and also use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of 60 to 70% solution. Stay away from events having large gatherings of people. You can expose yourself to more possible infections in large groups. Also, avoid sharing cutlery, cups, glassware, etc. with others. Viruses can linger on these items and may be transferred this way. Avoid shaking and holding hands, and hugging or keeping an infected person in close proximity. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. The fishing sector in Deep Bay receives boost with the construction of a new pier. Leadership matters to focus on the Federation's path to a post-COVID-19 recovery. And a member of BPW St. Kitts wins Excellent Young Leaders Award. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyla Berridge. Goodbye.